Heat stroke is a killer and children are most susceptible to the danger. In fact, federal highway officials say heat stroke is the leading cause of non-crash vehicle-related deaths for children. 60 Decker Lori Tucker has more on the problem in tonight's Caring for Our Kids.
Well, Kristen, Safe Kids Worldwide reports 19 children across our country have already died this year from heat stroke in a vehicle. 4 children have died in hot cars in just the last few weeks in Mississippi, Maryland, Louisiana, and Virginia. And of course, these tragedies are oh so preventable. Joining us now with more is Dr. Katie Stordahl, an ER physician at Children's Hospital. Always good to see you.
Thank you.
Let's first of all explain heat stroke and what happens to a child's body when this occurs.
Well, there's a difference between heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Heat stroke is the more severe that people need to seek emergency medical attention. Heat exhaustion just means you're too hot. You may have a headache, you may be really sweaty, but the temperature of that child is going to be less than 105 degrees, and they should be talking and acting normally, maybe just a little bit of nausea or vomiting. Heat exhaustion is when your inner temperature reach over 105, and those children may be so hot they're not even sweating, they may not be talking coherently, and most tellingly, they may have seizures.
Okay, so how fast can something like this happen?
Really quickly, especially the smaller that the child is, because they just have a smaller body frame, and so they have a larger body surface area ratio compared to their mass, meaning there's lots of skin to get them hot. And when that happens, if they're in a car that's even low 90s, mid 80s, for more than 2 or 3 minutes, that car can heat up to almost 120 degrees. And so in a matter of 5 or 10 minutes, that child can be sick.
Your routine is upset, it's different, and it's possible. We find it hard to believe, but these parents say, I didn't know my child was in my car.
Right, and studies show that it's usually when there is something different out of routine. So after a holiday and you're getting back into the swing of things, or when there's different caregivers and you're not sure who's taking that child where and are they in the car or not. So sometimes people suggest making sure you know your child is in the car by putting some sort of marker. So if they've got a favorite stuffed teddy bear, if they're in the back seat, put that stuffed teddy bear in the front seat so that you see it as a visual reminder, my child is with me today.
Yeah, it may sound strange. You may think at home, that would never happen to me, but it has happened. Now, before we go, what do we do, heaven forbid, if this happens to our child?
If your child has a seizure, call 911. That's a no-brainer. If you think it's just heat exhaustion, so they're hot, but they're talking normally, they may have very mild headache or nausea or vomiting with that. In that case, cool them off. Immediately get them into the shade or into air conditioning. Take off the hot clothing. If you can, put them in a cool bath. If they're talking normally, then it means that it's okay to give them something to drink. So give them cool, not ice-cold water.
Okay, and why not ice-cold water?
Because of the way that it can change your veins, you don't want the veins to dilate too quickly and drop blood pressure.
Interesting.
So cool, not cold in that case. And the same thing with the bath water, cool, not cold.
All right. We always learn something new with you. All right, Dr. Katie Stordahl, thank you so very much. And if you have questions about your child's health, just email me, ltucker@wate.com. And be sure to tune in every Thursday here on 6 News at 5:30 to see if we use your question on the air. Kristen?